Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Devin. This is gonna be my video response on to MajorMiya about the A5 Aug. I was talking about it in one of my other videos, and here it is. I mean, pretty good. It's not finished yet. It's still got some work that needs to be done to it, including making it actually be able to shoot. The A5's in there, it's all good to go, but in this video I think I'm just going to break it down and show you how far I've gotten at this point. And I actually did figure out what else I needed to fix on it to actually get it to work. So I'll be showing you that too. Yeah, basically this is going to be a breakdown of my Aug and the way I did it, which is very similar to MajorMiya, but it is it's got some differences. So we will see what those are in the video. Alright, here we go.
All of my people say,
Don't stop.
yeah. Bring it back and it won't stop. All of my people say,
Don't stop.
and it won't stop. Yeah. Keeping the creek water zone where the phone poles hold no street lights. The blacker the night gets, the better the fight gets. Righteousness dies, blood loss and trauma become regular to the eyes. Imply the wrong words, look sideways at the wrong soul in the whole.
Alright, so as you can see, it's all broken down now. This whole area is a mess, but alright, so you can see it's all dremelled out on the inside. I mean, this took a good amount of time. So like I said before, MajorMiya props, because this is a grueling project. It takes a lot of time, and if you're an impatient person, you're likely to mess it up. So take your time with this project, because I messed a couple things up, and I wish I would have just taken a little bit more time on certain parts. But overall, it's going to be okay. So just a couple of things. But right here, I'll show you. Here's the micro switch assembly. It's all wired up, like I said, and then I found a way to get the trigger to come back. Here's the spring that I had to put on there. I recycled a lot of parts from the airsoft gun itself to use, so that was helpful. And then you can see it came with a weight and another one, and there was like a big old brick in here. I mean, I was a little confused, but it was just like a brick covered in masking tape. So yeah, and then here's the A5. I actually do have a couple of receivers from the original A5, which I'm not sure what I did with them. Oh, here they are. So when you compare it, here's what it would look like if I tried to put it in there. So you kind of see not working out. So when you compare the two and shave down, the whole rail was shaved off, rounded the nose down, completely chopped this off. But I managed to get lucky with that too, where I accidentally cut it at an angle, but it worked out the way that it fits inside of the gun. So you kind of see that. And then that's what I did to the foregrip. And then on the back side, you see where I screw in the mag so that it'll fit in there. And then like you can kind of see how the mag conforms to this right here. So did good on that. And then see, I got the quick disconnect hooked up in there. Just completely shaved off the whole back half where it had the sling attachment. I kind of shaved down the top of it too, so that for the sake of fitting in there. That was one thing that MajorMiya managed to pull off and I didn't, was I had to actually cut a hole. There we go. You can kind of see it here. I had to cut a hole in the back of the receiver, in both of them actually, and like one up top. You can't see that. There we go. So there's one here, and then there's one here. That in order for the A5 to fit, which isn't very noticeable, but it still kind of sucks when you think about it. But what I'm hoping to do with the A5, let me show you. I'm gonna put it back in here. There we go. Alright, so what I want to do, this is where I kind of had my light bulb moment the other day. I've got the actual trigger group from the grip frame itself, as you can see here, and I took the trigger out of it, but the sear is still in there. What I learned online, I was looking around, and I came across the X7 E-Grips sear, which is exactly the same. I was actually struggling to figure out how I was going to get this to work, and I, like, at one point even thought about taking the old grip frame. This is actually from a Dre gun, but it's the same exact thing as the E-Rex. It's just a different company. But this is what the solenoid and everything originally fit into, and you can see it was right here, and it would knock at the sear there, and then it would allow the bolt to go back and forth, or the hammer to go back and forth. So I was thinking about trying to put this in here and getting it to fit in there somehow, and then just cutting it all to hell, you know, just so to where the solenoid part was in there. That wasn't going to work out. That would take way too much work, you know. So, but what I was getting at was, I figured out that the X7's sear actually looks exactly like the hammer, or excuse me, not the hammer, but looks exactly like the sear that it was on the original grip that I just showed you, on that blue grip. And so I decided that I was going to try and maybe buy one, because it's the actual sear that the A5 is, but it's got the extension that it drops down. It would drop down out of here, and then that way the solenoid would be right there. Try and show you there. But say that was the trigger group, and then you've got the solenoid, and then the sear is right there, and there's a piece that drops out, and that way it could still kick it like it does in the X7. So that'll be the major difference between mine and MajorMiya's, because he actually took the grip and, like, you know, cut it in half and then fiberglassed it together and just did some weird stuff that I wasn't gonna have the time to do. So that's gonna be what I think will work out for me. So the trigger group will go up in where it usually goes, where it's supposed to be. To be honest, I'm probably just gonna hold it there. Whatever makes it work out is, you know, I mean, if it holds it there, it holds it there. So duct tape or electrical tape is gonna be wrapped around this, and it's just gonna hold it there. So that was one of the big deals. But I actually got a different airsoft body than MajorMiya did. The link that he posted is no longer in stock, so I had to find somewhere else, and I got this on some crappy little site, and I wasn't very happy with their service. It took it a little while to get here, like 2 or 3 weeks, so I wasn't very happy about that. So if I were you guys, I would try and find something else, because this one, I think it took a lot more work than MajorMiya's did because of that. It had a lot more to Dremel out. I mean, you can see where I had to Dremel a lot more out, whereas his, when he showed the video, it didn't show as much of that. So I was disappointed with that. But I still made it work in the end. So if you really want it bad enough to work out, then I guess you'll push for it. But overall, that's where I'm at. It's got the functionality. It just needs to actually have the trigger group work properly. And so once that happens, I'll be good to go, and I'll be glad to take it out to the field and test it. So take the A5 out of here, and I'll kind of show you how I cut out the cyclone for it, because this is really kind of like this was a guessing game for me, because I just took the cyclone and I put it up to it and I traced it, and then I just kept adjusting as necessary when I was, I would just keep looking, and then I would Dremel some more, and then if it didn't work still, I would, continue to do it, and then I finally got it to a point where it's okay and works out. The actual manual rod that, pushes the cyclone, that actually fits in there good, so, and then there's room to screw it into the gun after the fact, so it works out. So that was a big deal. I actually had to cut off the E-grip, or I had to cut the wires on the E-grip and then rewire them with more wiring. So you're gonna have to have some soldering skills, or you could just duct tape, or not duct tape, but electrical tape them together. So that'll be something that you'll have to work on. Overall, though, if you can make that work for yourself, then your project will probably go okay. I've been working on this for a little bit, but I've been busy in between, so I think now that I've figured out the problem with my trigger group, it should run along pretty smoothly. So, looking forward to that. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Let me go ahead and break down the mag, though, before I end the video, and kind of show you what goes on in there, and then you can kind of see and get an idea. So, alright, give me a second, I'll break it down.
Wrong soul and the hoe gets dug. It's drugs, it's wine, it's guns, it's crime, it's none of the